set the intention that I heal like some kind of past life today or something, like something to kind of like show the basics of quantum healing, I guess, because especially lately, I've just been putting a lot of videos out about channeling. So I feel like I really want to like re-gear towards like what quantum healing is because like I'm in the same place as you, like I need clients. Or I would like to attract those people to me that need my healing.
I know, because we do explore all the topics, right? But we're not like, I'm so glad you said this because last week I felt like I really want to help heal people and help.
Yeah, exactly.
That it's so bogus when my intention is not that I'm the healer, it's just that I'm helping whatever. So I want to be and help and those people that really, because I know it's intimidating when you hear this information because clients then think I'm supposed to be channeling all this information. And it's like, no, no, no. I put one of my personal sessions on my channel.
Yeah, I
Um,
do too, for sure.
when like I first went to Lemuria because I wanted like and I wanted people to be able to experience like I personally went through this. It was heartbreaking. It was very, very hard. And but I also got higher information through there. So I like that. Yeah, let's how many past lives have you had?
So many. So okay, so like I'm an aspect of my Arcturian self. So I don't know, like we could get into that whole thing, but basically I've been told that I have 22 aspects myself around the universe, like right now. And then I also have like, so when I see my past lives, it's like I see a Kiyu, like my Arcturian self, and I see all of her past lives. So I don't know, like it feels really big. I've been around for a long time.
Ah, um, okay, so we'll set the intention to go to a past life to heal. That'd be really, really good. If we're doing traditional, do you want me to use the script with you?
No, you don't have to. You could just like, if you want, like, so when you do the body scan, do you like bring in light or do you just like calm the body?
I call in the higher self or whoever, whatever guides, and I ask them to come in and to help with the body scan.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's do it. It's fine.
Give me a second, I'll be right
Ooh,
back.
okay, go
Uh,
ahead.
yeah, I'll be right back. I think they're wanting me to channel sitting up because I think they're wanting me to know, like to really check out of the body. Like if I'm laying down, it's really easy to think I'm checked out of the body. But if I'm sitting up, you have to be checked out of the body because otherwise you'd be sitting there and like not channeling, you know? I don't know.
I just dropped my iPad. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah, once you learn how to like sit up channeling, it actually like I don't know. It makes everything super like way easier. Like you realize it's like how easy it is. Like I feel like channeling, you almost put too much thought into it. You know what I mean? That's what I was doing. Like I was like, I couldn't do this sitting up. Like, and then once you do it, you're like, whoa, this is easy.
Yeah.
All right, I am gonna lay down today. Heal me.
Be a role reversal. Okay, you let me know when you're all comfy.
Okay, we're good.
All right. Well, we're just going to set the intention to get some healing and to heal a past life that needs to be healed of Ceirra's. And I want you to just follow my voice. We're gathering here now in this safe and sacred place. And I ask that only the highest and most divine original source energy expressions and beings be allowed to participate. I invite both of our guides, angels, cosmic and soul family, our higher selves from the future as an ascended master to join us today. And now that we're surrounded by all of our combined teams, we ask that our and that their energy amplify and broadcast Ceirra's intention for this session across all realms of multidimensional reality to support her. And we ask for the most highest outcome of all. So as we're here, I'd like to ask that the team, either her higher self or the collective or guides, come in right now and help us with a body scan. Can we do that?
Yes.
Now that we're here, can we that you scan her and from her crown down to her feet? And as you're scanning from the crown down to the feet and move through, do you feel any resistance or anything that we can work on today?
The top of my head feels like it's like buzzing.
Now, what is that buzzing? Can they
They're
answer that?
saying, yeah, they're saying like overactive crown. Like, and I think that this is like the feeling of like urgency that I've had lately. It's like I need to bring my crown back in balance. Like instead of it not being activated, it's overactive.
And what do they suggest that we can do to help bring it back in balance?
Being present. So just like being present in every moment.
Now,
And
can you go ahead?
they're telling me that like something that I the next or like they're telling me that the most important next step for me is practicing presence. And sometimes I like forget about this because I know that naturally I'm able to like really still my mind a lot, but I think it's more like during the day or in those moments where I get like excited about things, just bringing myself back to the present moment. Like I need the present moment to stay in balance in every aspect of my life, especially because like my frequency and my kundalini are both like starting to be extremely amplified at the same time. They're saying like just come back to the present. Like just come back to the balance.
So as she does that more and more, that will just help her crown go back and reset to its normal way it should be.
Yeah, so they're saying the most helpful thing that I could do for myself, especially because my thoughts will feel more amplified since my energy has been so amplified, is to just bring myself back to the present moment. And instead of like feeling that anxious feeling or like that excitement feeling, coming back, like tuning in with my body, like tuning in with my five senses, and just finding beauty in the present moment. Like all of us are so concerned. I feel like, especially as healers, of like what's gonna happen next, what's happening in the future, like um, what can we heal from the past? But they're telling me like just bring yourself back to the present moment because this is all that matters, anyways.
I mean, does the past really exist the way we think it exists?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if we focus on the past, like it's already distorted energy anyways, just the way that our mental plane views those things. And then also like it's like we get excited about healing. It's like we're like, what can I heal next? Which is beautiful, but it's also at the same time like just be present and those things will come when it's meant to happen. Like don't at the same time like work on your beliefs and your thoughts, but don't try and like force healing.
Okay. I appreciate that. And as you're as we're moving down, is there any other resistance or anything that you can see as you're scanning the body?
Just my sacral.
And what's going on there?
It's like my sacral. So this is why I was talking to you about like the hips earlier. My sacral, okay, so like when I do master coding sessions, it's like I can see when people have energetic disconnects between certain chakras. And I can just see that like there's a complete disconnect from my sacral to the rest of my body. And I think that that's why I like really want to work with the feminine and like work with my sacral so much is because I've always been so disconnected from my sacral. It's like it's time to really step into that. It's like stepping completely into the unknown for me. But at the same time, like I've never been connected to my sacral. So I don't know how to like re how like it literally feels like it's like this energetic cord that got cut in half and my sacral's like not connected to the rest of my energy centers.
Now, as we ask for your higher self or your guides or whoever's helping us with the scan, what can they tell us about that? What kind of information can they help to give you as a good guiding? Can they help connect that?
Yeah, so it's like I'm seeing this energy or like this beautiful divine light um coming down and like putting this cord back together and making it brighter than it was before. And it's like they're weaving it. Like it's like it's this golden thread and they're weaving it into my chakras, like connecting my sacral to the rest of my chakras. And then there's also a lot of density here. Like I carry all of my chakras are like well, all of your chakras are important, but I carry all of my density in my sacral because I have like all my chakras are very strong, but I've never been connected to my sacral. So it's like I'm just holding everything in my sacral and I'm holding everything in my hips.
And when we ask your higher self and your guides, what what caused that disconnect? What can we learn from that?
They're showing me like different events in my life where it's like it the it was already like a super thin connection between the rest of my chakras and it's like they're showing me that each event like the line started snapping almost like or getting weaker and weaker and I think a lot of it was just like I was like an obese child so I'd never went into that feminine role and then or I was just like never really comfortable in my body and then also like even when at a specific time in my life, like when I was really healthy, I was like running 6 miles a day. Even then, I wasn't connected to that feminine part of me. Like my dad always told me that like I was his son, and I was just like I've always been very disconnected from my sacral.
And when we look at that and have an understanding, what can they show you what can they help you understand and give you higher perspective as to what was really going on?
Sorry, give me 1 second. Thank you. Sorry, my doorbell rang. I don't know if you heard it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. So just turning back in with the sacral. Okay, what was the question?
The question was now understanding and taking back to those scenes that your higher self took you to of like what caused more of the disconnect and the lack of energy. What can they give you as a higher perspective to understand now so that you can understand it and be able to release it so it can be able to be more activated?
Just knowing that like all of those experiences were important for the person that I am now and for the person that I'm going to become. And they're kind of showing me that like the dichotomy of all things or like the polarization. So it's like I grew up as like in a very masculine role, like not feeling comfortable in my body. But that's like why I feel so called to the feminine now is because it's like I'm ready to bring that back into balance. Um, and it's like I'm ready to like lead women and show women how to step into their feminine. And like I think the biggest thing they're showing me too, it's like we have this ideology of what the feminine is, but really like the feminine is just like being the creator of your life and like being in flow with all things. Like to be in the feminine, it's not like I have to like wear dresses all day and look like the way that we've been taught. It's more of like just reclaiming like who I am as a woman and reclaiming all parts of myself. So it's like when I'm upset, like I claim that. And like when I'm happy, I claim that. And it's like I can feel my sacral like vibrating. Like she's like, just claim who you are and just knowing that like you're worthy of every experience. So I think that there's a lot of like worthiness stuck in there too.
I love that. And can we ask that your higher self and the collective that they just shower you with that frequency of worthiness and worth right now so you can really feel what it is that that feels like?
Yeah, it feels really nice. And I'm feeling like I feel like my heart is more connected to my sacral now.
That's beautiful.
And that they're telling me that like I've never really been like a nurturer. Like I've even when it comes to like taking care of other people, I've never been that person to like take care of other people's or just like nurture and like caress people and like that just has never really been me. And they're like, it's time for you to like nurture things in your life. Like see the beauty in the journey and just like treat everything with pure unconditional love. Like become the nurturer of all things.
I love that. And that's easily attainable. Will that, when she becomes more nurturing, or which she's already nurturing, right? When she aligns more with her nurturing self, will that just help the alignment of all of her chakras that much more?
Yeah, so it's like I'm seeing my sacral like light up.
Aw. It's amazing. Now, while we're here and we're doing the scan, do you guys see any like parasites or heavy metals or anything that we can ask you to help us with clearing?
Not so much that, um, but I don't like my sacral does just feel it still feels like really dark. Like it feels like I'm holding this density in my sacral. So like it feels like it has been um it's like it feels like they rewired it, but I still just feel like all of this like energy in my sacral or the
Now,
density.
so your higher self and collectives, what would they like us to do to help move that or help clear? Would they like us to use a white light, or would they like to just go in themselves right now? Like, how can we clear that and help you out?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call in, or could you just call in like just my higher self and ask me a few questions to get like into the state of the higher self and then ask because I'm not really getting a clear answer.
So I'd like to invite Sierra's higher self to come in right now, and I'd like it to Sierra to kind of be able to step back out of the way and allow the higher self to fully encompass this information in the transmission right now. Are we able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, higher self, welcome. Thank you. As you're there and we're scanning, Sierra did notice some of the blockage in her sacral chakra. She was saying there's some density there. Is there anything that you can recommend that we can do to remove that density?
Yes, so we are shining orange light onto it, just clearing the density out of here. Um, weaving that energetic connection back together will help tremendously. Um, but she feels this density within her sacral and she expects it to be um transmuted and activated fully overnight, or she thinks that like it should be activated immediately. And especially since um, she has been able to activate and balance the rest of her chakras, um, it's a lot harder for her to understand how to connect with her sacral. Um, but her sacral was shut down for most of her life, including, you'd say even more shut down than her throat. Um, so, and in order to like keep her throat open and active, it's like her throat had to speak that light language, like her throat had to get into that divine space. So now it's like, how can you bring your sacral into that divine space? And it's going to take it's going to take getting out of her comfort zone to fully activate this, because she has always been in the masculine. And this is why this course that she's creating is so incredible for her, because it's activating for her as well. Just like nurturing and holding the safe space for other women is like what's going to activate her sacral, and work through this density. And then it's also like going to make her dance and make her get into her body, and this will help activate her sacral. So it's like she needs to connect with like her feminine aspect. She needs to like, she's very disconnected like from her body and from her hips, and she just needs to like get into her body and be in the flow and feel that beautiful connection with her body. So she has been very ungrounded, up until, well, there are times where like she has been grounded, so we want to say completely ungrounded, but this, instead of like worrying so much about the cosmos and being so invested in like the Arcturians and star seeds and the cosmos, we know that she absolutely loves it because that's where she's from, but it's time for her to come back into earth and ground herself and just be in her body and enjoy this experience and ground this beautiful cosmic energy. Like, how could you bring the cosmos to earth? It's time to bring this beautiful universal flow to earth at this time. So how can you be in your beautiful feminine body in the universal flow?
And so if you guys were to heal that part right now, would that be doing the work, the inner work for her?
Yeah, so we were able to transmute some density, but to fully activate it, it's the things that she has to do in her life to be in flow. So being present absolutely will help. But for her, she holds the blueprint to the entire universe within her heart. So for her, it's to be in flow with the universe. So, like, being in communication and feeling the divine flow of the entire universe and being in flow with that. So, just like moving and dancing and being in flow with the cosmos, being in flow with the cycles of the moon, being in flow even with like your menstrual cycle, just being in flow with all things and claiming every aspect of who you are is what will fully activate this for her.
And the more and more she's in flow, what will her body feel like so that she knows that like she's more in flow? Like what will she feel as she's more aligned?
She will be able to appreciate the present moment. She'll be able to find the beauty in the present moment. She will feel connected to her body. She will be able to easily embody the aspects or like the archetypes that she wishes to embody, because she'll understand how to retrieve this information, but also pull it down into her lower chakras and physically embody it. And then it's like, I'll understand the way that the universe flows together. Like I'll understand, it's like I'll understand my flow with the universe or my connection with the universe through this cosmic flow. They really want me to dance.
That's the Michael Jackson right now.
It's just so funny because like never in my life, like that's why I know I need to dance is because I never danced.
Gotta move that sacral. Okay, all right. Well, as we have the higher self here, is there doing the head to toe body scan? Is there anything else we need to work on or that you can help us understand?
No, the rest of the body feels really good.
Okay. All right. Well, higher self, as we're moving forward on this journey, we appreciate if you stay with us, but we appreciate all who help with that healing and that connection of the sacral chakra at this time. We want to place Ceirra on a cloud. I want you to imagine yourself on this beautiful, fluffy, comfy cloud. And as you're on this cloud, we want to go ahead and float and move to the most appropriate past life that we need to explore and to heal and to gain higher understandings from. So as you float on this cloud and move, as you land, I want you to tell me the first thing you see or hear or feel.
So it's like I feel like I'm in ancient Maya and it's like we're inside of a temple and I am it's like I'm teaching them how to write hieroglyphs on the wall or like carve the stone.
Who's there with you? Like, who are you teaching?
They look like younger boys, like um they're just like young, like teenagers.
Okay.
And it's like they're learning how to scribe into the stone for the first time.
Now, as you're a teacher there, do you feel like you're a man or a woman?
A man.
And about how old do you feel like you are?
Mm, I have a feeling like I have that feeling like I've been there for a really long time.
So you're an older gentleman?
Yeah. Like I have a feeling that I've been there for a long time, but I don't look that old,
Oh, okay.
if you know what I'm saying.
So what things are you guys scribing into the hieroglyphics? Like why is it so important that you're scribing?
It's like I'm teaching them the importance of remembering, or it's like I'm teaching them like it's like we knew this time would come. Like it's like we knew that there would be this point in human evolution where they needed this knowledge. So it's almost like we were teaching these children or like these teenagers how to be scribes to like yes teach them how to read and write, but it's like they chose to be participants it's almost like they're participants in the journey that we're on right now. Like like it feels so interconnected. It's like they were doing it to help us go into the golden age. Like they knew what they were doing. Like they were leaving the trail of knowledge behind for us to find it.
So when, like, what types of things, what would be inscribed in these stones that would help? Like, what were they inscribing?
All of it. Like it's like the secrets to the universe and the secrets to the cosmos. And like they're showing me like Pleiadians on the walls. Like it's like they knew that we would get pulled away from truth. But this and like the scripture and like the old text is how we come back to that truth of like the truth of unconditional love or like just the truth of what's in our hearts. And it's like when you scribe or when you put things into rocks, it's like it all holds a frequency. And we kind of talked about this with like Leonardo da Vinci. It's like you when you see ancient stone, you can put your hand on it and the stone will speak to you. It's all encoded.
So if we ever encounter anything like that, we're able to put our hands on it and understand the message.
Yeah, so if you go to Egypt or you go to ancient Maya, just put your hands on the scripture and you'll be able to like know exactly what it says. And I've done this before. Like, there's the obelisk in New York City where it's like I put my hand on the stone and it's like you're downloaded. It's like you just know like what's written on the stone. Like I just knew that what was written on the stone was like this information to their ancient technology. And to trust your intuition because your intuition, like your heart knows. Like we have access to all this information through our heart, and our heart always knows.
Is there anything else going on in that room of learning that you see or that stands out to you?
Yeah, so they're telling me that I like, and this has really felt like this has really been my like calling lately. I just need to go to ancient Maya and put my hands on the stone. Like they're telling me that like when I put my hands on the stone, like I'll feel more at home than I've ever felt in my entire life. And it's like my body is like vibrating just thinking about it. Like they're like, I just need to go touch the stone.
Where in Maya do they want you to, are they leading you to?
Palenque. And it's like all of the secrets are there. It's like I'm not, it's like I can feel the energetic connection and I already feel like at home and peaceful. Like I'm just so connected to that land. And it's like even so all information is held within stone and with land. So when we go to these ancient sites, we can tune ourselves to that frequency and just gain all of the information of everything that has ever happened there. Like we are so powerful and we can really have access to any of the information that we want.
I believe that and I appreciate it. Now, can we move forward to an important day in the life um, as this being, an important day that we need to learn from and heal possibly?
So I don't know. So okay, so there's like uh ceremonies that we used to do, and this is all really cool because I'm like remembering this for the first time. Like I've had a connection to ancient Maya, but I've never actually like remembered specifically some of the things that we did. So this is really cool for me. Okay, but so I'm feeling that like I was like I see myself with like a headdress on. Like I feel like I was um like more of like a priest or like I was just there as a teacher and a leader. And so we used to do this ceremony with like I feel like teenagers like when they would become young adults and they were ready to like step into that role as like priests and priestesses. Um, there was this ceremony that we would take them on where they would like eat this plant, I guess. Yeah, it looks like this like blue flower. um, they would eat it and then they would it's almost like they would die for 3 days and come back. Like it's like I'm seeing their soul lift out of their body into the source, and then they would come back after like 3 days. So it's like through this ritual, like to become initiated into like priest or priesthood, like you had to know what it felt like to return to source. But like it was always with like the promise that you would come back. And I'm seeing of like a young boy, like younger than usual that we would accept. It's like he ate the plant and never returned back and like never came back. And I think I'm holding that in my energy field. Like I felt responsible for that because I let him do that at a younger age than maybe he was like ready for because you have to also hold the belief that you would come back. And it's
Mm.
like even with like the higher knowledge that I had as a leader in that time, I still felt like some type of responsibility.
So now, as we're at that scene and the boy didn't come back, what did that, how did that affect you? Like, what did your life look like after that?
I'm just seeing like the mother, and it's like the mother is heartbroken.
Mm.
And it's like I couldn't, I'm just like, was this my son? That's what I'm asking. Like maybe, so yeah, okay. So I think this was my son, and that's why like I felt like he was prepared enough. But I think maybe like I knew my power. So I was like, oh, of course, my son can handle this. Like, of course, my son could, um, would make it back. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and it's like I'm just seeing like my wife, I guess, like holding him when we realized he wasn't going to return back from source.
And then, is there anything else about that day you can let us know about?
So I think it ties into like me understanding that everyone is on their own journey. So like I've been told that um one of the biggest lessons that I have to learn here is that everyone is on their own journey, like on their own path. Like rather it be like me wanting to like show things to my boyfriend or like share information. It's like back to that understanding of like everyone's on their own path. Like it's like um I have to have that deep understanding so that it's like I don't repeat these cycles. Because like even though I might be at that level of consciousness, like everyone has their own divine timing, or everyone's on their own path or their own timeline. And I can't like it's like I can plant seeds, but I can't, it's like I can't force them into the ceremony.
And did the son during that lifetime, was that a part of the son's life contract?
No, so I think that's why it was like so sudden and so abrupt. So it's like I saw that it was a part of his life contract, but later, but there was like work that we needed done, I guess. So I was like, oh, just do it, you'll be fine. And so he like wasn't he it was like that event happened before it was meant to happen, and he didn't make it through the ceremony.
So can we be shown the son, what happened to the son after that, during that ceremony, to bring some understanding as to if he's at peace now or if he has any messages?
Yeah, so he's here with me right now. um Sorry. I'll tell you who it is later. It's like something I'm not really comfortable. I'll share it on YouTube actually. But he's just telling me like he's just telling me like it's all okay. Like he's like, Dad, I just went back to source anyways. It was cool. Like you don't need to carry onto this.
Perfect. So you've been holding on to it for lifetimes, and the kid's here to let you know it's all cool.
Yeah, and so he's basically telling me like he's ready to be my child in this life. Like so, and he's came to me before, but I just didn't know like that we had this experience together. So like if I choose to have a child, like he's ready to come in.
Perfect.
He feels really playful. It's really fun.
And what about your wife or the mom during that time? Does she have anything she wants to say, or has she gotten the healing she needs?
Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like there's still a lot of sadness there. Like, I don't know if we're on like separate, like, it's okay. So this person is like in my life now, but it was in my childhood. And it's like, and I've been told that we're not meant to be together in this specific lifetime. Um, and that's fine. But yeah, it's like I can like feel that sadness still
Mm,
in her energy field.
this lifetime. We ask that, and we use our free will to ask that if there can be any connections to any guides for her, that she can be guided to either go to someone or to be able to release that pain this lifetime. We know it's her free will and what she wants to experience, but we just want to, if she does want to experience healing, that we just ask that you're guided to do that.
Yeah, this is just really interesting because, like, okay, so I guess in this lifetime, like, I was the man and this is the woman, but we're definitely talking to like, we're talking about the person that I consider to be like my twin flame. So, this person in this lifetime, it's like he was like my first love. Like, like we used to read like dog books together and stuff when I
Oh,
was like 7. And it's like, so the message was basically like, um, he was meant to be my first love because we've always been together in every single lifetime, but we're not meant to be together in this lifetime. So I'm just wondering, like, if this situation had anything to do with that, or like why I made that decision to pretty much come into like my hardest lifetime without my twin flame.
So are you asking that question now?
Yeah, so they're telling me that there's like other aspects, like the reason why we decided to come in separately. Um, like we're just both meant to like lead others, but in completely different ways. Like he's more meant to like help rebuild like physically this new earth, and I'm more meant to like lead women and like heal the shadows of old earth to get to new earth. So we just had like very different roles. um and then they're telling me that like that's kind of like his to heal, like it was something that happened, and like his healing journey is that's just like something that he is holding on to, that he would have to heal when the time comes.
That makes sense. Absolutely. Now, are there any other, or just want to call in the higher self to answer some questions that I have about these scenes that we were shown? Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, higher self. What was why did you show the temple where Ceirra was the teacher of the students at the time? What more information do you want us to understand from that?
Because this is her home. This is why she is being called to return there. Um, the word Maya represents, or the word Maya means illusion. So all of these ancient scriptures and things were left in ancient Maya during the time of the illusion. And she's meant to return here to help lift the Maya, to help lift the illusion that has been placed on your planet.
And you said that there were parallels to that time and now. What do we need to know most apply from that time to our present day now that will be most beneficial?
We invite you to read these ancient texts. We invite you to do the research for yourself. We invite you to go put your hands on the earth, on the stones that have been left for you, to remember more of who you truly are, to um yeah, to just like remember all of these things were left for you. All of these ancient monuments were left for you for this time now.
Now, are we kind of doing the same thing with these YouTube sessions? Are we leaving something behind with these?
You are more spreading the message of healing, the and also the message of information, but soon on your planet there is no need for things like YouTube because you have all access um, to information in the fifth dimensional consciousness. So it's beautiful at this time. It will be beautiful for a while longer, but soon there will be no need for it. So it's not so much that like you're leaving like breadcrumbs, but you, this is why they engraved things on stone, is because stone travels. Um, Stone doesn't break down. Like stone will still be around hundreds of thousands of years from now. Whereas unfortunately the things that you put on the internet will not be so important, but it is still the information that is extremely important that um, that is being put out and reaching many people. So we thank you for the work that you're doing.
Aw, thank you for always joining us and doing that. So my one question that's a little off subject is, would that stone that was etched in it exist on all timelines, whereas a digital uh, YouTube channel may not exist on all timelines?
Yes, exactly, because a YouTube channel is not necessary on all timelines.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it is like, it's not as dense. So it's also like the density that keeps it, it's almost like, I don't know what they're showing me.
I think they're kind of showing it to me too, because I'm getting downloads.
Okay. Okay. So what they're saying is that Wi-Fi and our internet now is like a three-dimensional projection of the Akashic records. So it's like um internet and things like YouTube and like sharing information in this way is the way that you share information on the third dimensional plane through time and space. But as you go to the fifth dimension, internet no longer exists or no longer is needed because it's like you have your own personal Wi-Fi. Like we are the Wi-Fi.
Got it. Okay, that makes so much sense. Appreciate that. Are there any other, is there any other information regarding this, the ceremony that went wrong that we can bring healing to and higher understandings to, or any other final messages?
Yeah, so we're just sending so much light into her energy field and into the energy field of the other. We're just sending this light or this lifetime so much love. Um, she also, when she goes to these places, when she returns home, she'll be able to read um, exactly what the stone says because she helped write most of it.
Wow, what a full circle that'll be. That's pretty profound. Oh, I love that. Well, we appreciate you guys being here with us today and giving her these higher perspectives, because I'm sure we'll be talking about these for a little bit. And we just want to say thank you to all who have participated on today's journey and that helped assist the transmission.
Thank you.